Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Gabriel Grimes, and this is Mi Cocina. Y mi cocina es tu cocina. I'm so happy you've come and joined me today. We are going to be enjoying tomato soup. Who doesn't like tomato soup? Now, the best and the favorite tomato soup that I've ever had was in Bogota, Colombia, and it was at a restaurant called Harry Sasson. And it's fantastic, it's delicious. The base that they use, or the cream that they use, is a coconut milk, and that takes the soup to another level. So if you're ever in Bogota, Colombia, or if you live in Bogota, Colombia right now, go over there, Harry Sasson, have the tomato soup. It will knock your socks off. But today, we're gonna be making my tomato soup. So stay tuned and watch how it goes. Come on. Now, we're gonna be using some beautiful tomatoes like these. I just went out to the grocery store and got them. And I'm gonna be using this fresh chicken stock that I made just the other day with some bones and some leftover chicken that I had made for another recipe. All right, the first thing we're gonna be doing is getting these tomatoes off the vine. I love tomatoes on the vine. One, it looks beautiful, and then they're easy to carry. So we're not gonna use the vine in the recipe, just the tomatoes, and we are going to be roasting them. We do not want these stems. These do not taste good. Very good. We're gonna cut these in half like this, and we're gonna put it in our sturdy cast iron skillet. This is gonna give it a roasted flavor, and it is going to taste delicious this way. If you skip this step, it will taste raw. Tomato soup will taste raw. And along with the tomatoes, we're gonna get an onion. And this is like the weirdest onion I've ever seen, but we are gonna put in an onion as well. All right, now that I have it like this, I'm gonna add some avocado oil on everything. And pinch of salt. Maybe 2 pinches of salt. Pepper. And I'm gonna put it in the oven and I'm gonna roast it until it starts to turn colors. That's what I'm looking for. It needs to get a little bit darker, a little charred on the top. The char gives it an extra flavor. All right, so these tomatoes and these onions have been in that oven for about an hour and 10 minutes. We started off at 350 and we ended it up with about 5 minutes at a broil to get some of this brown char or black char that you see on the tips of the vegetables. Now it's time to blend it all together. Look at this, I have got an emulsion blender, and this is so good for this kind of work. Be very careful, it does jump out at you. All right, as you can see, I have blended it all in. There is no big chunks of tomatoes or onions left. Now we have that chicken broth that I told you about that I made. Oh, it is gonna be good. Added to the tomato soup, and we're gonna blend some more. The idea is to make sure that this is as smooth as possible. Now let's filter this. And there you have it, tomato soup. It's delicious, it's easy to make, doesn't have a lot of ingredients, and yet it tastes amazing. So let's try what we made today. Oh my goodness. It just warms my soul. I mean, who doesn't like tomato soup? It has the chicken soup, so that just says family. And then the tomato part, which is kind of acidy and a bit sweet, it's just overwhelming. I can't stop. I want to eat more and more and more. But you know what would be good with this? Some croutons, some bread, some toasted bread, and put that in there. Oh my goodness. This is the best soup ever. Thank you so much for joining and tuning in. Thanks for liking, sharing, and if you like this recipe, make it your own. Do something with it. Make it at home, and then tell me about it on either the descriptions below or on Facebook. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I love you all, and remember, mi cocina es tu cocina.